aí guys, tudo tranquilo? Aqui quem fala é Choriônicos e voltamos aqui com um joguinho maravilhoso que eu curto demais, cara. Oh, na moral, cara, se tem um dos tipos de coisa que eu mais curto, velho, é faroeste, velho. Na moral, ainda vou falar muito porquê, cara, mas tema de qualquer, tipo, cara, um tema de entretenimento, cara, que eu mais curto é faroeste, mano. Então vou continuar aqui com esse joguinho lindo, cara. Uma coisa que eu percebi é que eu joguei só um episódio no vídeo passado, então vou ver se eu consigo jogar 3 episódios para compensar a falta de um. Vai ficar um vídeo um pouquinho maior, mas vai compensar o pequeno do outro, a diminuição do outro, né?
I dodged death many a time, and that night in Abilene was no different.
Já começa como? Esse revólver que eu
I
falo.
was there with the intention of finding that bastard Bob and collecting the bounty on John Wesley.
Ó, recarrega rapidinho. Vou até comprar uma probabilidade menor aqui. De longe não pega muito não. Rapidão recarrega. Isso é muito bom.
Can't get a good shot at it.
Ô louco. Ah não. Aqui recarrega mais rápido, uma resinha ali.
I thought the Texas Rangers got hardened.
Yeah, that's what they want you to believe.
Agora sim tá recarregando rápido.
It was cold in a witch's tit and a brass bra that night as I fought my way past his loyal compadres
Já compensa.
to the very same saloon we're sitting in today. Look around and imagine this place painted in blood. Hardin was waiting for me, and
Puta cara, agora eu falo que é o duelo mais difícil do jogo.
wait, I'm jumping the gun here. Let me back up and give you some background on this sumbitch. He deserves that much. Don't you think so, Ben?
Esse sim, cara.
John Wesley Hardin was a killer. By the end, he confessed to taking the lives of 42 men.
Aquilo ali vai ser o pior duelo, cara. É que tava lá na
He was a
frente.
bona fide folk hero by then, and had amassed a gang of armed miscreants and other assorted thugs. He and his men set up camp outside of town, and I was hoping Bob was among them.
Shit, it's cold out here.
Damn it! Shoot that son of a bitch! They didn't ask why I was there. They knew. Most of them were wanted as well. I had to spill a lot of blood to find out Hardin wasn't in that camp.
Ô, louco.
He was carousing in town with his closest friends. Hardin's boys apparently didn't want me to reach the Bull's Head. Some were hightailing it into town to inform their jefe of my unwelcomed presence.
Sucker!
Tô muito fácil de ser acertado aqui, não é possível.
You better hide! Just getting started. That's right. Run!
Caraca. Eu tô prevendo que ela tá correndo.
Tell Hardin someone's coming for him.
Cadê? Who are you?
Stop that sumbitch!
Tô ouvindo vários, não sei onde que tá.
Let the boys know we got another law dog.
Vê se não é implicância minha. Não pega mesmo. Achei que era segredo, né? Coisa do diabo aí. Ó, vamos ver a diferença. Coisa do diabo dá mais 25 de alcance. Esse aqui dá mais 30 de cadência de tiro e velocidade de mira. Então vamos manter ela. Só que melhor ainda essa 4 marfinha. Dano e velocidade de mira. Fora o fato de ela ser um tiro rápido. Isso é muito bom, né?
I wondered if Bob was among them.
Aqui tem um segredo, cara. Tem umas coisinhas que eu me lembro ainda. Exatamente. Nossa, 2 de 6, esse capítulo deu um monte.
And I steeled myself for the fight ahead. For as good as I was, deep down I wondered if John Wesley wasn't just a little bit better. Before I could test my mettle against Hardin, however, I would first need to dispatch his cadre of hired killers. Most of these degenerates were beyond redemption, but John Wesley might have been a different story. I didn't learn until later that that night was in fact his birthday celebration.
Damn him. Shoot him! Shoot him!
Vou te levar o tiro daqui. Achei que não era um.
Can't get a good shot at him.
Recarrega muito mais rápido, tá muito gostoso. Como desapareceu aqui, cara, que eu não tinha.
I think I already mentioned that I found Hardin in this very saloon.
You bastard!
Ah, lá dentro.
That's right. Run!
Fica trapaçando esse cara no time pé.
Suffice it to say, nobody there was happy to see me. In fact, I felt a certain hostility.
Faltou bala agora.
You know you can't beat me.
I was disappointed that neither Bob nor John Wesley were among the dead. But that was short-lived, as a moment later I was facing down the fastest gun in the West.
Agora sim. The fastest gun in the West. Pistoleiro mais rápido. Matou o cara, os 40 por respirar é top. Não, esse aqui é o duelo mais.
I felt a bolt of adrenaline. Or maybe that was fear.
Esse é seu.
He was well known for his tricks, and I knew I'd need my own if I was ever to defeat him.
Esse duelo não é nada rapidinho e facinho, cara. E ele não se mexe, tá? É o único, se eu não me engano. Ai, tá quase.
That man was faster than greased lightning. But being inebriated as he was, he didn't count his shots. And now, he was at my mercy.
So he didn't die?
No, I sent him to prison. Years later, after he was free, some restless Avenger took his life. Shot him in the back in a saloon just like this one. Anybody up for another beer? Ben?
Outra bebida. Esse duelo aqui eu penei, cara, a primeira vez no console. Caraca. Vamos lá, 10 capítulos. Isso foi só o primeiro.
Thank you, darling. Yeah, some say revenge is a dish best served cold.
So whatever happened to that Bob guy you were after?
Personally, I'd like to hear some of your other adventures. Like, I don't know, did you ever go toe-to-toe with a red man?
Pele vermelha.
Yes, I did, Ben. I remember once I was after this renegade Apache, Grey Wolf. Strangely enough, revenge was also his primary
Na
motivation.
época da guerra lá dos Estados Unidos, com os Apache e tal, muito top. Cara, eu quero muito que a linha Call of Juarez não pare, velho. Esse sim é um... Não pode parar, cara. Pô. Hoje em dia o pessoal tá aí chegando no Red Dead Redemption, que também é uma saga legal, só para os consoles. Mas é uma saga legal. Call of Juarez tem que continuar, cara.
A bounty was put on Grey Wolf's head, and that's how I came to hunt him in the mountains. Mountains so high they tickled the nether regions of heaven.
A primeira pessoa do Call of Juarez, cara, velho Oeste e tal.
Grey Wolf was a Chiricahua Apache medicine man who had led a war party in revenge for a massacre against his people. The U.S. Army had attacked his tribe during his daughter's sacred sunrise ceremony. And the slaughter was unspeakable. I understood his anger, as there's nothing more traumatic than seeing those you love die in a cruel and painful death.
Mano, 2005.
Right from the beginning, I couldn't shake the feeling that Grey Wolf was watching my every move.
Uma balinha. 2005, tá? Vamos ver como melhor aqui. Recarregue sua arma ou iniciar concentração. Esse é bom.
He led a band of young Apache warriors who wanted retribution and were more than willing to die for him.
Quer correr não?
They saw me before I saw them.
Louco, tio. Aquela recepção, né? Recepção como? Essa bala não me dá ainda. Dessa vez. Daqui eu não vi não. Ô louco. Ah não, errar mais um. Não tá pegando não? Louco. Tá só subindo a orelha do cara.
And it crossed my mind that maybe this wasn't such a good idea. But now that the shooting had started, there was no backing down.
Susto, cara. Esse vai ser um mapa que não vai dar pra jogar com a pistola. louco, errei. Tô usando um pouco.
It was rugged country, the winter home of the Chiricahuas. And that's why they had retreated.
Caralho, como eu levei o tiro só usando na pedra? Aqui, ó. Beleza, eu não tô vendo. Mano, não é possível. Eu não tô vendo. Agora tô. É ponto cego, que não era possível.
I admit to having some regrets about going after them the way I did. But then again,
Caraca, foi o cara falando.
I got a lot of those.
Tiro também. Acho que não. Essa é a pior pistola, eu acho, por causa que a coisa que o diabo tem alcance, pelo menos. Essa aqui não. Não vi esse cara. Não mais nenhum não, né?
Did you find Grey Wolf?
Not at that moment, but I did find the entrance to their hideout.
Não tá legal. Ô louco, lá na puta.
A deep crevice that led to a deeper cave.
Don't tell me you went in there.
Yeah, but it's not out of bravery so much as pure, angry cussing.
Foi querer fazer graça e bugou. Ubisoft aí patrocina nós. E aí, como é que passa? Eu dou mirada aí. Aqui no verdadeiro Oeste, mano, eu vou morrer pra caceta. Eu morri bastante em algumas partes aqui no verdadeiro Oeste, mano do céu.
See, back then, I had a stubborn streak a mile wide, and I wasn't about to back down.
So it was like pitch black in there?
Actually, it was pretty well lit, as they had torches on the walls.
Opa, segredo aqui. São 4 segredos pra você ter noção.
How big was his cave?
Big as hell, Ben. Chiricahua had hid out there during the Indian Wars.
Aonde? Ah, não, puta. Não pegou. Avança aqui de boa.
They thought it was haunted with the ghosts of those murdered by the horse soldiers.
Que
The
gol.
cave was haunted with dead Indian ghosts?
To
Reflexo.
be honest, I was more concerned with the live ones than the dead ones.
Reflexo. O bagulho é doido. Apaguei, tá ligado? Tem que dar. Queria fazer graça. Correndo assim também. Só devolve do divertir e valeu. Ixi,
How come you know so much about engines?
A few years back, I was married to two Mescalero women.
At the same time?
Yeah, they were sisters. Polygyny is traditional among the Mescaleros.
So what happened?
Oh, I had to get out of there. Those girls never shut up. Both of them nagging at me all the time. Drove me half crazy. Haven't seen them since.
No, I mean, what happened with Grey Wolf?
Oh, well, I pursued him into the Cave of Death. I came upon this flooded grotto, and that's when I saw him. He came to me unarmed and unafraid. His voice echoed in the shadows, and I sensed he meant me no harm.
You carry great darkness in your heart, and if you do not release it, it will claim your soul.
olha.
The sound of his voice put some kind of ancient Indian spell on me.
Nossa, velho.
As his story unfolded in my mind,
You will come to this place again and kill many more men, and the darkness will grow until it consumes everything that you are. The soul will have no rain, the eye had no tears.
he said I was a great warrior, a coyote man, unequaled by any other pale-faced warrior, or something like that.
The snakes will bite shadows of your past until a venom poisons your heart, and an echo of the song of the dead summons the spirits deep from within the mountains.
I didn't quite get what he was saying, but there was definitely snakes.
Nossa, perdi
And
o fogo.
indeed, his warriors surrounded me and attacked me like hungry wolverines. They couldn't stop me, though, and Grey Wolf wasn't in the mood for idle talk.
É complicado, tem bala aqui. Vamos brincar, peraí. Eita, mas tá bom.
I swear I couldn't see any way out of this trap. But suddenly, one just appeared. Kind of like a miracle.
Olha a narração fazendo efeito aí. Um aqui, isso aqui já ia mostrar. Ah não. É aqui, ó. Você atira, atira, atira e quando você tá carregar, faz parte.
I felt like I would be lost in that damn cave forever. Finally, I found myself back outside, perched on the edge of a precipice, overlooking a thundering whitewater river. To get where I was going required several leaps of faith,
Mano,
but no way in hell I was turning back.
esse foi o primeiro erro que eu não admito, porque eu apertei essa, cara. Dessa vez eu apertei. Puta sacanagem.
I chased after him, determined to make him explain the meaning of all that mumbo-jumbo.
Mumbo Jumbo's right. Are you making this all up as you go?
A few details may be fuzzy, brother, but I am relating exactly what happened to me. There were dozens of Apache warriors aiming at me from on high.
Dozens?
Well, maybe not dozens, but there was a lot of them.
At least 3 or 4.
Well, more than that, little lady. A steep climb up creek ahead of me and scrambled up those rocks like a mountain goat. I was determined to locate Grey Wolf and find out exactly what the hell he was trying to tell me. And wouldn't you know it, that crafty son of a bitch led me right into a trap.
What kind of trap?
Well, son, there had to be at least 100 Apaches surrounding me.
Review, agora deu certinho.
100?
God be my witness.
Oh, come on. Who are you kidding?
Hey, I believe you. Come on, tell us how it ended.
All right, but I'm not gonna drag this out. Where were we?
You were surrounded by 100 Apache warriors.
Well, I didn't take the time to count them exactly, but there were a lot of them.
Tem que correr não. Vai, deu bala. Tanto, cara. Tudo quanto é canto.
And in the end, a path appeared before me that I had not seen before.
Essa narrativa tá top, hein?
I followed it as I desperately needed to find out what Grey Wolf was trying to tell me.
Olha aqui. 4.
But it was like that son of a bitch disappeared into thin air.
Talvez tão verdadeiro quanto a narrativa, né?
Never did find him. And never did collect my goddamn bounty.
Última peça. Segundo capítulo, mais um, né? 3 capítulos no vídeo. Isso aí, eu queria fazer 2 no vídeo, deixei 1, então vou fazer o 3º capítulo.
Thank you, darling. It's interesting how the truth can sometimes seem might malleable, depending upon your point of view.
Like how those dime novels make you out to be something you're not?
Jack, don't be starting trouble.
No, he's right. They do tend to exaggerate.
Did they exaggerate your part in taking down the Daltons?
Well, I was there in the flesh, boy, so I saw what happened firsthand.
Nossa, os Daltons desse capítulo é grande, mano. Mas
Those Daltons were lawmen once, before they all went bad, robbing banks and trains clear across the territory. Until Coffeeville, of course. I was one of the citizens who took up arms that day.
Fighting on the side of right?
I did my best, sir. We all did.
Todos nós fizemos. Me chamam de caçador de recompensa. Isso aí, o Silas Graves. Rapidinho aí, ó, load.
It was early morning. One of my friends was a local gunsmith, and he handed out firearms to anybody who'd take one. You see, the Daltons got it in their heads to rob 2 banks at the same time. two banks on the same damn street. The story was Bob Dalton's girl was always writing about how he had no ambition. Oh, you're nobody next to Jesse James, she'd say. Finally, the bastard took his brothers to Coffeyville just to shut her up.
Right. It's always the woman's fault.
Well, the locals recognized the Daltons right off. Before they could get away, half the town took up arms to defend their property. Their first mistake was pulling a job in their own damn hometown. The boys grew up in Coffeyville, so everybody knew them.
Put some holes in them!
Porra, bala. Tô com 5 balas não e 10 de outro.
The brothers paid dearly for their stupidity, but everybody knows they had it coming.
There's more to it than that. I read all about that day, so I know for a fact that it went down very differently. First of all, it was high noon. A posse of U.S. deputy marshals were on the rooftop across the street.
Get ready, boys. They're gonna make a move.
The lawmen had been tracking the Daltons for months. Now they finally had them dead to rights.
Ué, era abaixo, não posso descer não? Como assim, cara?
Those boys had a reputation as stone-cold killers, so the marshals took every precaution, knowing they wouldn't go easy. Among them was a bounty hunter feared by many a lawbreaker. This man had no intention of letting the Daltons slip away. They met an adversary that day who had no fear and offered them no quarter. The marshals tried to get the Daltons to surrender.
They'll give up eventually. We just gotta wait the son of bitches out.
This bounty hunter knew that the brothers were far too proud to ever lay down their guns. He went in there alone to confront those criminals.
Ah, agora eu posso descer, entendi.
One of the marshals shouted, "Where are you going? Are you crazy?"
Hey, where do you think you're going, dumbass? That rifle's mine.
But he paid him no mind.
Sentinela.
He saw a way to get around to the back of the bank. Then he figured out how to hit the Daltons from a direction they weren't expecting. From above.
Tem nada aqui.
Fortunately, a water tower was right there.
Tá, depois eu procuro o segredo. Essa aqui é só fazer. Aqui só fica de boa, pá.
A moment later, he was climbing up a steep ladder, laughing at danger as he did.
Quanta escada, cara. Acho que nem eu subiria tanto assim, pô.
It was brave men like him who risked their lives to tame this wild country.
Vai dar merda pra isso.
We've got company.
Heroic men like him, who did what other men couldn't or wouldn't to make this country free. Like Jim Bowie and Davy Crockett, who died defending the Alamo.
Indo pelo bem do bem é melhor que pelo errado.
Is that Silas Green? Son of a bitch!
E diz isso Silas Green, exatamente. Oh, louco. Cheio de 2 balas pra acabar com.
You ain't stopping me!
Ué. Você corre pra trás do negócio. Só vem, mano. Só vem.
This plan cannot fail!
Segura esse sopro aí. Ah, não, cara. E agora vamos ativar aqui. Carga na concentração.
Over there!
Agora sim.
That's Silas Greaves! What the hell? Blam! Blam! He came away victorious, taking down those thieving Daltons.
Semifinal, né? Tiro rápido outra coisa.
His name was Silas Greaves, and when the dust finally settled, he was the last man standing.
Sorry, kid, but that just wasn't the way it happened.
Terceira narrativa. Ai, cacete.
It was early evening, not high noon.
E aí onde ele tá?
I was late to the party and Coffeeville was already up in arms. The Daltons blew up a safe and were all set to hightail it out of there. Those pathetic deputies surrounding the bank were dropping like flies.
Perdedor. Beleza.
I had been tracking those jokers for months, waiting for them to do something reckless. And finally, they did. Those stupid bastards decided to rob 2 banks at the same time in the same town where everybody knew them. They still had friends in Coffeeville.
You can't get me.
Tem nada aqui. Aqui também não dá pra passar. Metei os Dalton pra cá.
Those friends came after me like a pack of wild dogs, tooth and nail. They were coming at me from all directions. I caught sight of the Daltons running with the money and didn't want to lose it. Problem was, they knew the town better than I did. To top it off, I found myself in the middle of another shootout entirely.
Did the Daltons hole up in somebody's house?
No, it was the Smiths, I believe. They were cousins of the Daltons, and they were shooting at the Browns, who were shooting at the Daltons, which wasn't any surprise, because those 2 families have been feuding forever. And since the Joneses are related to the Browns, they shot at the Smiths, pissing off the Heimhoffers, whose daughter recently married a Smith. Well, bullets were flying every which way as all the old feuds in Kansas caught fire all at once. There was a hell of a lot of pissed off people in Coffeeville that day. But that's just the way life is sometimes. Shit happens.
Vai que eu tô. Essa arma é muito boa. Tiro rápido, a velocidade que recarrega. A velocidade de mira, as coisas. Tem nada aqui? Tá bom, não vou dar. Tirando aqui também. Segredinho. Olha, eu peguei os 3 dessa vez.
The Dalton boys knew I would never give up. Those Daltons weren't the sharpest knives in the drawer, but they always stood together. They set a trap to slow me down and allow at least 2 of them to escape. The third brother stayed behind to plant me, just in case that trap of theirs didn't work.
Beleza. Passou, nós subimos. Vamos passar aqui.
It was Emmett, the youngest, and he decided to stand his ground and face me down.
Oh, no.
I ain't afraid of you, Silas Greaves. This is where it ends for you.
He was determined to protect his brothers. I understood how he felt. Taking me on all by his lonesome wasn't exactly a recipe for a long life.
You messed with the wrong damn dog. You ain't getting by me, Greaves. You are dead, law dog.
Vamos
I'm
quebrar.
gonna beat you like a redheaded.
Aguenta bala pra cacete, mano. Esse cara tem tanque.
I'm gonna tear you apart. I'm gonna cut you in half.
Esse cara é muito tanque, mano.
I'll blow your damn head clean off. You ain't getting by me, Greaves. I'm gonna place you where you stand. You messed with the wrong damn Dalton. Send you to the bone.
But Emmett Dalton survived the robbery in Coffeyville. He's the only Dalton who did.
They say he was shot 23 times.
Well, Dwight, who do you think put all those damn holes in him?
Eu sangue voando ali, rapaz.
But I have to admit, that boy had grit.
História real. 46 inimigos, 51 impressão, 3 de 3 de pepita da verdade. E aí, rapaz. 3 capítulos, guys. Pessoal, muito obrigado a todos por assistir aqui. Pessoal, se você dar aquela força, deixa aquele like, aquela compartilhada. Pessoal, muito obrigado a todos. Um forte abraço e falou!